Hi, in this video I show you a key difference between bounded generic and polymorphism. So this is our scenario. We have a class animal. It has a method make a noise in here with some implementation. Now another class cat extend animal also override the method make noise. Another class dog also extend animal and then also override make noise with a different implementation. So in here I say that I want to do something with a list of the animal. Alright? So in here for example, I want to call the make noise of all the instance of the given list. So in here the first version is to use the bounded generic version. So in here the generic is T and the bounded is animal. You see that the input is list of T, and after that I for loop each of the instance and then I call the make noise. The second method is to use polymorphism. So in here this is a list of animal, and then I loop on the instance of the animal, and after that I call the make noise. So in this video I show you what is the similar, what is the similarity, and what is the difference of these two versions. So let's start with scenario 1. In this scenario we want our list to be able to store different kinds of animal. The key thing is different kinds of animal. So let me copy and paste some of the code as an example. Okay, so in this list 1 we'll have an animal, we'll have cat, we'll have animal, and after that we'll have dog. So you see here, right, there's different kind of animal. Animal itself, cat and dog, and etc. So if we want to store the list to store different kind of animal, now my question is that what method can we call? Is it the first one using generics, or the second one using the polymorphism? So let's try with the second one. Do something with polymorphism, list 1. So let's run it. Okay, so it's worked. You see that, right? Because the first one is animal, so when we do the for loop in here, the first one is an animal. So the version of animal, make noise, will be printed. This is 1. The second instance is a cat. So the version of make noise of the cat, which is meow, is printed. The third one is an animal, and the last one is a dog. So this is how polymorphism works. Now, let's ask ourselves, can we call this method? So the answer is yes. So let's say that I also call the same thing with the same parameter and comment this one out. Right click and then run it. Still work the same way. Right? Still works the same way. So what happened? In here, right? Because we declare this one is a list of this parameter, this generic parameter. So because this one is a list of animal, so all the T will be replaced with animal. So this one become list animal, and this one become animal. So actually we'll have this version becomes the same as this version. Yes, everything is the same. Right? T become animal, right? And then T here becomes animal. So both versions are the same. So in this scenario 1, if we want our list to be able to store different kinds of animal, then either version can be used. So now let's go to our scenario 2. Now if we want our list to store the cat only, so let's comment this one out. And let me copy and paste some of the example code. So in here we want our list to store the cat only. So in here my list 2, I say that it can store cat only, and then after that I add 1 cat, 2 cat, and 3 cat. So let's guess if we can use this version, the polymorphism version, to call or not. Copy and then list 2. We are not allowed to do that. What they say? Oh, they say that the method, the input is actually list animal. So the input needs to be list animal and not list of cat. Right? So polymorphism version cannot. But generic is okay. See? Do something with generic. List 2 is okay. So let's right click and then run this version. Free meal. Why is okay? List 2 is the list of cat. Copy to here, T become cat. So this version become list of cat. All the T becomes cat. So this one also become cat, and etc. And because of that, we can do something generic with the list of the cat. You see now there's one difference, right? Another thing is that because in here, I say that list of T here, although T can be any class that extended anymore, but T has to be at the runtime. What does it mean is that I need to declare this one right away at the runtime. So this one is a list of cat only. So it means that I cannot add the new animal here, because this one, the list 2, is supposed to store cat and not animal at all. Right? And I also cannot add the dog one. So you see that, right? In this scenario 2, because we want our list to store cat only, which version is better? Generic version is better. Because in here, the compiler check if our developers make any mistake in the runtime. So for example, in here, I cannot mistakenly add an animal in here. Right away, it say that, hey, this one is the list of cat already. You are not allowed to add an animal to the list of cat. So in summary, in this video, I show you the difference between using the bounded generic and the polymorphism version. In this scenario 1, if we want our list to be able to store different kinds of animal, we can use 2 versions. We can use either polymorphism or we can use either generics. But if we want our list to store the cat only or one particular class or type only, then it's better to use generics because the compiler will check for us. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you very much.